All right, y'all, let's give this a shot. Let's see if we can cure this boredom. Yesterday, I posed the question. Let's have a quarantine Q&A. Ask me anything as I sit here bored, taking out the twists in my hair. So that's all this video is going to be, is a Q&A session. The very first response I got comes from Curtis Brown, and he asks, why do you have a ginormous forehead? Curtis, I don't appreciate you talking mess like that. You know, my forehead's a sensitive subject. I'm trying to keep a hold of whatever hair I got left, and it's not going to be pretty come another 10, 15 years from now. All right, next question. This one is from Guru. When we get to see you talking about Series X again? Technically right now, right? I'm talking about Series X. Yo, that thing is beautiful. It's crazy because when I got the specs on how big it actually was, or actually if we go back to the announce and, you know, people were measuring it against controllers and whatnot, it was like, man, this motherfucker's going to be big. And then I saw the specs and how many millimeters it was, and I was like, oh, it's about 1 foot by 6 inches by 6 inches. Like, that's not that big. And then I got to see it. I got to see one the other day at GameStack, and that thing is big. But I don't know when I actually get to talk about it in a work capacity. Maybe never. I don't know. When's the next Inside Xbox? Wait, better question. Will I even be on Inside Xbox? Who knows, man? I might be dead in the water. I might be regular ass consumer, just like everybody else. Actually, that's what I'm expecting. So when will I get to talk about it again? Maybe never. Maybe next week. I'd highly doubt that given all the quarantine stuff. But your guess is as good as mine. Hopefully sooner rather than later, though. All right, this one comes from Steve Lambert, and he says, how many pairs of shoes do you have? And this one's an interesting one because total, I want to say, well, I bought a few in the last few weeks. I want to say there's about 178, 180. So I just posted a couple of pictures on Twitter. There's a chunk that sit in a storage unit that's not at my home, a nice little secured place. Don't you dare try it. And then there's a chunk that sits in my closet. And then I've got a bunch of Jordans. And then there's some regular Nike shoes. And then there's like Vans and Chucks and whatnot and some dress shoes and whatnot. But total shoes pushing 180. About 179 too many. Here's a good one. This one's from MP_Sage. What was your first smartphone? Technically, smartphone would be something that could, do we just say send picture messages, had an email client? Oh, you know what? It's still the same phone. You guys remember the Danger Hip Top, also known as the T-Mobile Sidekick? And then after that, the Sidekick 2, Sidekick 3, those were my first smartphones. I would just sit there and make aim away messages and text my buddies all the time. Those were the good old days. But yeah, it was a Sidekick. NP Sage also wants to know, why do you think Baskin Robbins so afraid of that 30-second flavor? I don't think they are. I just think they're good at 31. As a matter of fact, you only need maybe 5 real flavors of ice cream. Chocolate, vanilla, mint chocolate chip, that sea salt and caramel, and a good chocolate chunk. Actually, you don't even really need chocolate or vanilla. You can do with those 3. That's it. So are they scared of the 30-second flavor? No, but who needs a 30-second flavor at all? All right, Sage also asks, one last question. What's your most interesting pair of socks? I don't know that I have any interesting pairs of socks. I'm boring like that. I picked up these ones at the Nike outlet around holiday. I got a red pair and a green pair. They're like, these like Nike Elite Christmas themed socks, but that's it. I'm boring. I'm like John from Garfield. I used to think he was crazy for organizing his sock drawer, and that's the best feeling in the world. I got a section of black socks, a section of white socks, some ankle socks, and some hoop socks, and I'm good to go. Deshaun S. wants to know, favorite moment being in Microsoft/Xbox? That's a tough one. I don't know that I have one moment. There have been a lot of highlights. I mean, lowlights too. Getting the job was a crazy moment because it was a realization that I could do it. You know, you see so many people talking about they want to make it in the games industry, and I feel like I got very lucky to even nab it when I did and for it to evolve the way I did. So is that the best moment? I mean, E3 stage was dope. Having my face in a video game was dope. Doing voice work for videos was dope. I don't know. There's so many random things to choose from, but probably just being able to walk in the door. That's the craziest bit. That's probably a weak ass answer too, but here we are. James Monosmith wants to know, what shoes do you absolutely not fuck with? Like at all? Look, I used to love Adidas back in the day, back when they had T-Mac as one of their, featured athletes, superstar athletes. At the T-Mac 1s, T-Mac 2s, those original Kobe's, the Crazy 8s, the Kobe 2s, those like RoboCop shoes. Nowadays, I don't really have any Adidas shoes. Not that I don't like them. I just got a wide foot, big frame, tiny little ankles. It's this weird combination where most of the stuff looks funny on my feet, which is why I rock a lot of Jordan stuff. I start to sparse in some Nike bits, but not too much. But really, I don't know. There's shoes that are out there that may not be for me, but I won't ever knock them. Like, there might be something that catches my eye from any brand one day. Like, you look at something like Puma. Puma's not for me. A lot of racing shoes with Puma. So be it. Not for me. It's not that I don't fuck with it. If I had to pick like a Jordan that I don't fuck with, the Jordan 7s, cannot stand them. Anything after 18, I don't really like. Maybe the 19s, maybe the 20s, but that's really it. But yeah, the 7s and the 2s are my least favorite out of the OG Jordans. Last question, and this one comes from inside my own house. Emily wants to know, how bored do you have to be to post a Q&A? Yet this motherfucker asked a question. Look, get this. She's not even in the house right now. Breaking quarantine. I don't want to hear this shit. All right, well, that's it. Q&A's done. Appreciate y'all helping me cure my boredom. We'll do another one. I don't know how soon. If you guys like this one, we can do one tomorrow. We can do one the day after. I ain't got shit going on. I'm going to just keep going to play Animal Crossing and Doom. That's really it. So appreciate it. Leave a question in the comments and I'll ask them or I'll answer them at some point. All right. Peace.